Hello and welcome to another chess video on my channel, Stalemates chess channel. I am Fidemaster Ingvar Johansson from Iceland. Welcome to this video. We're going to look at some spectacular finishes. I was recently visiting a tournament, the Reykjavik Championship, and in this position occurred in a game between two of my friends. The white pieces was an international master and the black pieces a Fidemaster, so very strong players. And what happened here was quite interesting. So white had been pressing, he's up a pawn, a very strong bishop here, and he's trying to press home, also space advantage with a very nice pawn here. And he took on g8. This turns out not to be the best. Queen f3 was a good move, but let's see what happened. After rook takes, queen f6 check, and note that king h7 is met with bishop to f5 check, winning the queen. So rook g7. And after queen f8 check, black resigned. Now why did he resign? Well, he can't interpose the rook because the bishop is covering, so we simply take it. And on king h7, there follows bishop to f5, again with the queen dropping. And yeah, I didn't see the final position, so I didn't think much of it. And I met the players outside in the analysis room, and they started looking at the game. And then shortly thereafter, I went online and saw a comment in the Icelandic chess forum, and somebody said, you have to check out the final position between Kjartansson and Björnsson. It's amazing. And I was like, what? And I looked at it and I was like, no. So he resigned because he's losing the queen, but turns out black can play rook g6 here. An absolutely amazing resource. Now the obvious move is to take the queen, but that obvious move results in stalemate. The pawns can't move, they're all blocked. The king doesn't have a square and the rook is pinned. So, stalemate. But okay, that's not the end of the story. You'd also have to see that queen f7, which looks tempting as well, because king h6 I just made. So you have to go to the corner, but then you're again in stalemate position. So if you now take on g6 with, well, let's first take on e4, because now the rook isn't pinned. But that's not a problem, because the rook can commit harikiri, rook g3. If we take it, it's again stalemate. And if king h2, we just chase the king. And even if the bishop takes on g2, the queen is covering h7, so it's still stalemate. Okay. You can also take on g6 with the bishop, but then, well, you can take on g6, but this is a better move, immediately forcing stalemate. Same thing applies to queen takes g6, queen g2. If king takes, already stalemate, and if queen takes, yeah, the bishop is covering h7, so again the king is stalemated. So after all this, the best white could have done would have been to take on g6, and we would have this queen ending, but it looks completely drawn. First because the king can't get out, and if you go to a king and pawn end game, it's actually black who would be doing well there. And if you go for a pawn like this, queen e7, king h6, and you take the pawn, then black can force draw immediately. We'll simply check on these squares and the king can't get out. You can never reach f4 because once you're on g3, there's a check here, and this would cover the squares. So king is simply not getting out, and we have a draw. So yeah, not quite like the Shankland resignation where Shankland resigned in a dead draw. Here the resignation was yeah, more natural, and this is very hard to see unless you're explicitly looking for exactly this kind of solution. But yeah, this happens from time to time. And after we saw this, I saw this online and I showed it to the guys, and they were like in shock. And Gumi, the guy with the white pieces, he was like, no, was there some kind of stalemate? And I was like, yeah, there was, man. And yeah, we looked at it, and yeah, we were in amazement. And of course black was frustrated because he played a good game, even though he lost. I mean, he didn't do many mistakes and was defending for a long time, so frustrating loss, and especially frustrating because of the the end position. But yeah, then he told me about the game he played himself, the guy with the white pieces, and this was from many years ago. He had the white pieces here against the Hungarian Grandmaster Tibor Fogaracsi, played in Budapest 2007. And here Gummi with white was struggling and he went all in. He played g5, went for an attack, pawn takes, and he's sacrificing the bishop on f3, but he's hoping to get counterplay here. So he's threatening mate. Tibor took on h5, rook takes h5, restores material equality, but unfortunately black strikes first. Rook e1, king b2, queen c3, king has to go to a3, and now the death blow, seemingly, rook to e4. And the threat is rook to a4, which is checkmate because of the pin on the pawn. So Gummi tried to play rook h4, stopping rook a4 mate, but this allows queen b4 check. And this check, and Gummi resigned. Next move, he will take here. Game over. But Gummi had kind of a better move in this position. Can you find it? Well, I guess you can figure out the theme of the story given the first example. So I'm now going to show you. So if you haven't found it, pause. I will now show you the solution. Gummi could of course have gone for the kamikaze. Rook h8 takes, jack, jack, jack. And okay, you can take it or you cannot take it. I will force you to take it eventually. And then I can't make a move. The chess player software will just give me a beep if I try to make a move, because I can't make a move. It's stalemate. So yeah, well, he didn't resign in drawn position. He failed to find the solution 2 moves before resigning, but yeah, a similar theme to as what happened in his own game on the other side several years later. So yeah, those were 2 spectacular stalemates. I really enjoyed these. Hope you like them too, and I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.